Frag grenades are very common in a war-type game. It must be a generic effect with good performance. You have to use very few particles, and the effect has to be different every time because it would be used quite often. To create this effect, I've started with a C4 explosion. I start by tweaking the decal to set the scale of the effects. I tweak the size and rotation of the particle. Then I add some dirt thrown up by the explosion. I use non-uniform scale and add some movement to the particle. The scale happens during the lifetime of the particle, giving a sense of weight to this. Then we continue by adding some smoke, some contrast with more light-colored particles. I also add more smoke particles that follow the movement of the dirt, but smoke falls down slowly because the smoke is indeed lighter than dirt. Remember that gravity has to be coherent throughout your effects, but you can cheat for this kind of effect. It's the emotion you give the player that counts. Don't forget about randomizing the size, rotation, and color of your particles. We can also add a very fast flash, then a small distortion to emphasize the frag grenade. We'll add some shrapnel. They should follow the direction of the explosion to be coherent. The sparks are needed to follow our art direction. Consistency is the key, and there is some smoke on the ground afterwards. The smoke shockwave goes too far, but it's needed to give a 3D look to the explosion. It's going too far now, so I tweak the velocity during the lifetime of the particles to achieve the good-looking effect. A small fireball explosion gives some light and contrast. This one needs a bit more work to look good. Performance-wise, the number of smoke particles looks low enough for this kind of effect. The higher numbers there are the shrapnel. Opacity mask and small particles do not cost a lot.